4 on the clock. Pecan, 2 seconds. Pecan for the lead. Got it! He got the record at the buzzer! The break for 3. Buried! Gallagher pulls up. Gallagher rims it out the shield! Slams it down! Hooley up ahead. Dombrowski, the freshman, off the window and one! Let's go back to Evans, corner 3, got it! There's Rowe with the exclamation point! As Dunny slams it down! Far side, Dawson unloads, knocks it home! Jenna Dawson! By Teslovich, Epps puts it on the floor. Bryce looks to drive in, Epps floats it up, got it! He got it! There's 1,000 for Bryce Epps! The Christmas break is over and back to play we go. Section 2A, or Section 3 2A matchup here on MVI Live between a pair of local teams, as it's the Clairton Bears coming in 5-3, 2-0, leading Section 3 of 2A, and Serra Catholic 3-6, 0-2 inside of section play. And it's been some tough games in the early sledding for Serra Catholic to start the campaign. A 2-point loss on 2 late free throws at the hands of the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions earlier this season, and a closely contested loss at the hands of the Jeanette Jayhawks on the other side of things. For the Bears, it was a victory versus Riverview 80-71, and also a section victory 65-53 over the Dynamo from Springdale. Clairton sits at the top of the section before it's Leechburg, Riverview, Jeanette, GCC, Springdale, and Serra Catholic. By the end of things, you kind of expect it to be the Bears, Eagles, and Centurions 1, 2, 3 inside the section once we get all said and done here towards the end of section play. So a very meaningful game. If you're Serra Catholic, you want to avoid falling to 0-3 in section play at all costs. In Clairton, you can further extend upon your lead with a big win here today on the road, as they have not had a lot of success, that being the Bears here at Serra Catholic High School. They'll look to change that here tonight, as again, this has been a contest at Serra Catholic dominated by Serra Catholic. Serra Catholic 9-3 here at home against the Clairton Bears, and 16-8 overall since 2004-2005, as they will look to continue that trend here this evening at home versus a very talented Clairton team. Last win here at Serra Catholic came back in the 15-16 season, 66-64 win for the Clairton Bears, as the last 3 meetings have all went to the Serra Catholic Eagles, including big wins of 63-28 and 67-32 last year over the Clairton Bears, but a very different Clairton squad than we saw a season ago. A team that had just 1 win, missed the playoffs for the first time in 17 years, sits at 5-3 and 2-0 inside of section play, and a big part of that, of course, is Devin Dean returning to the lineup, missing last year due to an injury, and he has been absolutely key contributor all over the court for the Serra Catholic Eagles this season, offensive, defensively, and leadership-wise for Clairton. And of course, when you have the big 6'3" senior who's been outstanding, and Caden Smith as well, Clairton has all sorts of talent. They've upgraded with a couple of young freshmen, including Mike Ruffin and Dante Wright, who will see a starting role on this roster. And it's a very veteran squad on the other side of things that Serra Catholic will put on the floor. Of course, Elijah Ward, the senior, Joey DeMassa, senior, but then Isaiah Petty, Dombrowski returning starters, and then you've had a kind of a rotation in that 5th and final spot, as Clairton and Serra Catholic will look to put on what should be a pretty good show here this evening in section play between 2 local schools here in the Mon Valley, as Clairton again looking to break this 3-game losing streak. They already have more wins, 5 times as many wins to be exact, from they had last last year, as it is night and day the difference Coach Hatton has had in his squad from year 1 to year 2 at the helm. Of course, Coach Hatton was a instrumental part of the Clairton championship team from a few years back, as Clairton, again, will look to continue their perfect streak here inside of section play, as we'll keep it here for the playing of the national anthem and give you a starting lineup some more when we come back right here on MVI Live.
Of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord God, bless all those who come here to participate in this competition, the team members of Clairton High School and the Serra Catholic High. Extend your blessings to our families, friends, supporters, and all who seek you. Let us manifest the gifts you have given us in a spirit of good sportsmanship and right competition. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Anthem played, basketball on deck here in a pivotal section matchup as Clairton looks to extend upon their advantage inside the classification, and Serra Catholic looks to get on the win column inside the classification for the first time. As a look at the starting lineups, as first for the visiting Bears, 5-3, 2-0 in the section. Coach Rashad Hatton in his second year will put out a lineup that looks like this. The 6'3 senior forward Caden Smith, joined by the 6'1 senior guard Devin Dean, as also starting in the lineup will be the 5'8 freshman guard Mike Ruffin, 6'2 junior forward Sir Blair, and rounding out the starting five, the 5'8 freshman guard Dante Wright. Smith, Dean, Ruffin, Blair, and Wright. A duo of seniors, 2 freshmen and a junior for Coach Rashad Hatton. And the Clairton Bears taking on this lineup for the Serra Catholic Eagles. The top 4 stays the same as always. 5'11 senior guard Elijah Ward, along with the 5'11 junior guard Isaiah Petty. 6' sophomore guard Owen Dombrowski. The 6'2 senior guard Joey DeMoss. And rounding out the starting lineup, the 6'3 freshman forward Tyler Sapita. Ward, Petty, Dombrowski, DeMoss, and Sapita for Coach Anthony Corso and the Serra Catholic Eagles versus the Clairton Bears here this evening. As very talented lineups on both ends of the floor. And, you know, Clairton, they want to get off, get running, as they have so many different options to fill the back of the net, that being the Clairton Bears, and they will look to do that here this evening, as Devin Dean has been absolutely incredible so far this season in his final year of eligibility at the high school level after missing all of last year with an injury. Devin Dean has been a resurgent group with this Clairton Bears.
You can watch the game anytime you want on your computer.
As again, Clairton, besides that group of individuals, you know, you have a talented like of Capone Jones and Deshaun Hines, not in uniform tonight for the Bears, but still a talented group nonetheless, as it will be Blair and Joey DeMoss for the opening tip. 8 minutes eventually going to get put on the clock, and we will get underway here from Serra Catholic And the first game for both these teams since their respective holiday tournaments. It was a consolation victory for both teams. For Serra Catholic versus Seton LaSalle, as Joey DeMoss pushes it forward near side backcourt. Dante Wright picks it up. And it was a consi win at the Northgate tournament for Clairton against Brentwood. As Dante Wright into the front court, right wing, gets it back, 13-footer, right hand, ironing out. Rebound ripped down by Owen Dombrowski. Dombrowski near side, Isaiah Petty catch and release. Petty off the mark. Sapita active hands, had the start in the last game for the Eagles as well. As Wright picks it up at center court but loses it to Elijah Ward. Ward down the lane to the window, off it and in. As Elijah Ward starts the scoring for Serra Catholic. Standout quarterback for the Eagles football team as well. Ward was kind of a jack of all trades. You know, kind of played wherever you needed him to, and he was going to be successful. As roughing kick out, right side three, up on its way, no good. As back the other way, Petty taken away, but stepping on the boundary was Dean on the near side, and Serra Catholic maintains possession. 1 minute gone here in quarter number one. Joey DeMoss, the trigger, flips it into Isaiah Petty. Petty guarded tightly by Ruffin. Petty up top, cuts left side, foul line, throws it up. Has not a chance on that one. Rebound by Devin Dean. Dean into the right wing, down the lane. Dean off the window, no good. Sapita the rebound, finds Dombrowski. Owen Dombrowski into the front court, and Sapita emerging as a starter really gives another wrinkle to this Serra Catholic team, who's trying to find the replacement for Cooley. As a great cut by Ward, and finding him was Petty. It's a 4-0 lead for Serra Catholic, 6:25 remaining in the opening quarter. As Dean controlling the pace, left wing he goes. That's to Ruffin, the freshman. Ruffin has Smith corner, catch and release, three off the mark. Rebound grab down by Joey DeMoss. DeMoss rolling in, left side corner. There goes Elijah Ward. Now Petty pulls up from 8, and Isaiah Petty knocks it down. 6-0 run to start for Serra Catholic. First bucket of the game for Isaiah Petty, as Clairton has started off cold. High-scoring attacking offense of the Bears. Inside, that one deflects out of bounds. Last touched by Blair on the boundary, as the Eagles a chance to go up 8-0 early on. Isaiah Petty back to Dombrowski. Press shown here by the Bears. There's Elijah Ward. Ward pulls up, mid-range jumper, back iron and off. Rebound by Blair, flips it off to Devin Dean. Dean into the front court. Dean right side, driving, kick off to Wright. Dante Wright stripped away. That's by Sapita, the freshman. Again, really finding a way to help replace Cooley, graduated last year. As there's DeMoss, left corner, pulls up from the extended post, off the iron and out. Smith back to Dean. Dean, now it's Ruffin, the freshman, pocket picked away by Dombrowski. Dombrowski 1-on-2, off the iron, no good. Rebound knocked out, last touch by the senior Caden Smith. And Serra once again a chance to make this a 3-possession game. 5:13 remaining in the first, as into DeMoss off the window, no good. As you know, I've seen a lot of Mon Valley teams try that after the MVI Shootout Classic to start the year. And, you know, that's a Charleroi special right there that they've been doing for years, trying to get that quick tip off the inbound. We actually saw Bell Vernon do it last week for a dunk with Martin, as Dante Wright off the mark. You know, speaking of the MVI Shootout Classic, we'll have the MVI Girls Shootout Classic next weekend as Joey DeMoss from outside. And it's a 9-0 run. Eagles starts as Joey DeMoss knocks down the triple. As quickly some substitutions, we will see Deshaun Hines check into the game, as joining him will be Roser. .444 remaining in the first, as it has been all Serra Catholic to start. Great ball movement, a couple of Elijah Ward buckets, then Petty and Dombrowski joining the act, as Clairton has yet to get into a rhythm, have had some decent looks at the cylinder, just unable to finish so far. And really, that's the difference. The Eagles have knocked down their shots. Serra has not taken advantage of their opportunities in the early going. And, you know, speaking of these two schools, we have them here, and gives us a good chance to tell you, you know, next Monday, these two schools will meet again. Just The girls will. Serra Catholic and Clairton, and that is the tentative game for us here on MVI Live next Monday, so that'll be a good one to catch as well. As again, Deshaun Hines, we know how much of an issue he can be inside, and see if they take advantage, especially with Sapita headed to the bench and Pete Burke checking into the game for the Eagles. As there's Ruffin, the freshman. Ruffin down the middle, stripped away, but right to Dean. Dean right wing. Devin Dean rolls up top. Dean skips it inside. Hines going to work. It's a mismatch on Ward, and Deshaun Hines off the bench and onto the board. First bucket of the game for the Clairton Bears, ending a 9-0 Eagle run. As Ward kick out, Dombrowski driving back outside. Damas again. Off the iron rebound, Elijah Ward. Ward swings it to Petty. Petty now Dombrowski, catch and release three. Buried as Owen Dombrowski hits the triple. And the Eagles increase their lead to 10. Owen Dombrowski. Now it's Dean, short corner shot up, no good. Rebound, Deshaun Hines. And he's fouled on the second opportunity, and Hines is shooting two. Foul goes against Elijah Ward, his first, team first. 10-point Eagle lead, Deshaun Hines, the 6'2 sophomore. Trying to get the Bears on the board, front iron and out. Hines the lone scorer thus far. And Deshaun Hines has the size advantage out there now, especially with the freshman Sapita back on the bench. Hines, right hand up, iron, no good. Rebound, Joey DeMoss. Empty trip for Hines. Stays a 10-point Eagle advantage. 3:45 remaining opening quarter. Now Petty barking out orders. Petty cuts, top of the key. Foul line down the lane. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Devin Dean. Dean, top of the key. Bounce pass. Ruffin drives in. Ruffin, no good. Rebound. Hines off the window. Can't finish. Now it's DeMoss in transition. Joey DeMoss, top of the key. DeMoss fouled up top. First against the Bears with 3:21 remaining in the first, and a 12-2 lead here for Serra Catholic. Joey DeMoss. Out inside, he goes to Isaiah Petty. Petty getting some light pressure here from Ruffin. Petty out to Elijah Ward. Top of the key, Elijah. Now DeMoss. Joey DeMoss to Dombrowski. Dombrowski left elbow, kick out. Burke driving back outside. Joey. Joey DeMoss, right wing, off the hands of Burke. As great defense there by Caden Smith and Devin Dean. 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Just 2 points here for the Clairton Bears, 12 for the Eagles. Clairton's had some looks inside, just unable to finish so far in this game. Much closer than the scoreboard dictates, as there's the freshman Ruffin Hines. See if he can finish this time. No. Second time, two men up and in as Deshaun Hines, second bucket of the game. Has all 4 of the Bears' points. Dombrowski to Petty. Isaiah Petty flips it up top to Burke. Quick one touch, turns it over. But right back, it's DeMoss, the steal, and it's stripped out off the Bears. There's Rosser with the turnover. Outside, Dombrowski, the sophomore. Owen Dombrowski out to Isaiah Petty. Petty way outside for 3. Off the mark as Petty got knocked down by Dean. Has a quick exchange with the official. Just I think about the little recurrence of Dean boxing out, as there's Petty driving up and he's fouled. Rosser second. As we're going to see another substitution. Will be Terrace Wooding, the 5'10 freshman, after the first shot by Isaiah Petty. And we've talked about it a lot, though, but Petty, multi-sport athlete. Come springtime, we'll see him out on the diamond. Most likely we'll see a lot of the Eagles baseball games again this year as Wooding replaces Rosser. Petty, the number 2 on the Eagles pitching staff, also a lot of designated hitting. Maybe see him play some more third base this year, with Matt Bishalia graduating. Very excited to see what they can do this year as Wooding from the foul line, no good. Back the other way, Burke into the front court. Burke kicks it outside. Dombrowski from the corner, got it. Owen Dombrowski once again. 6 for Dombrowski. As the Eagles off and running, 17-4 lead. See if Dean can get things going. Dean spins, stripped away. Petty loose on the floor. Ward still loose and eventually taken over by Ruffin. Turns it over to Burke, right back to Ruffin, puts it up and in. As Ruffin adjusts to find Paydirt. The 5'8 freshman gets the steal after the score, over and across. Wooding can't finish. All too easy and a miss for the Bears as Petty can't finish at the other end. Now it's Smith. Pace starting to pick up. Smith down the lane with the left, no good. Rebound, forcing the issue was Dean, but Burke just swings it off there to Petty. Isaiah Petty. Now it's Elijah Ward. Ward up top, light pressure by Devin Dean, hand off Petty. Petty cutting in, DeMoss, and Joey DeMoss again. Another dime drop by Isaiah Petty, this time to Joey DeMoss. As outstanding vision for Isaiah Petty, outside Dean, 19-6 lead. As Clairton trying to get it back on the board, there goes Hines, right hand off the window and in. That's a big mismatch inside. He has 6 here in the first quarter off the bench. As Deshaun Hines has nobody that can match his size inside for Serra Catholic with Cepeda on the bench. As great defense by Ruffing, but Petty works free and he's blocked by Dean. 10 seconds, a break here for the Bears, and Dean blocked but fouled. And as much as the Eagles have dominated this opening quarter, a chance for Dean to put Clairton back within single digits before the break. As Joey DeMoss got the personal, his first. That's the second foul against the Eagles. 6.1 ticks of the clock remaining here in the opening quarter. Devin Dean up and in. First point of the game by Devin Dean. And it's a 10-point game. Dean trying to put this down to single digits. Right hand up, and Dean knocks it down again. Devin Dean, 2 for 2. Planet Roof halftime interview. That will be with Dean. Active hands, Ruffin the steal, and a kicked ball violation with 1.4 seconds remaining. As Mike Ruffin starting to cause some issues on the inbounds for the Eagles. Dean the trigger on the near side, 1.4 remaining. Going to have to be a quick shot by the Bears. As Dean flips it in, Smith for 3 at the buzzer, off the iron. But Clairton back within 9 at the end of 1. Serra Catholic up 12-2 early on. It's 19-10 after 1. Right here on your home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live. Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com. Back here from Serra Catholic High School, 19-10, the Eagles leading the Bears. As the first blow was delivered by Serra Catholic through the first 5 minutes of play, just 2 Clairton points as they were able to pile in 8 in the last 3 minutes and cut this down to a 9-point game at the end of 1. 6 points for Deshaun Hines as, again, Serra Catholic right now does not have an answer on the inside. We haven't seen Hines and Cepeda matched up yet, and we'll see if they try to adjust and get Cepeda back in there, the big 6'3 freshman. But right now, no one has been able to guard Deshaun Hines on the interior. As Sapita is out there back again for Serra Catholic. Christian Warren will join the party as well with DeMoss, Dombrowski, and Elijah Ward as Isaiah Petty and Pete Burke will take a break. And appreciate you all tuning in here on MVI Live here this evening as there's Dombrowski into the front court. Mike Ruffin has made life miserable up top. Sapita, kick out. There's Ward for three. Elijah off the mark. Deshaun Hines the rebound. Back the other way. Here comes Ruffin, the freshman, off to Smith. He has to get things going, and he's blocked underneath. As getting a hand on that is the man with the ball now, Owen Dombrowski. Dombrowski kicks it out. Warren, man in the air, mid-range jumper off the mark, another rebound. 2-on-1 if they hurry. It's Dean straight to the window, off the glass and in. First bucket from the floor for Devin Dean. He has 4. (19-12) as Clairton storming back. There's DeMoss from the corner. Skips it across. Dombrowski for 3 again. Off the mark this time, off the side of the rim. As knocking that one down was the freshman Sapita from the extended post. First bucket of the game for Sapita. As handoff up top, that's to Devin Dean. Dean directing traffic. Now taken over by Ruffin. Ruffin to the corner. Caden Smith overshoots. Rebound by Joey DeMoss. There's DeMoss. DeMoss to Dombrowski. 21-12 Serra Catholic lead with 6:28 remaining. There's Elijah Ward. Ward wants the screen. Now across to Christian Warren. Left corner triple. Got it. As Warren knocks down another Eagle 3. First bucket of the game for Christian Warren. And the Eagles have doubled up on the Bears, 24-12, quickly extending their lead. Ruffin inside. Caden Smith up and fouled, and he'll shoot a pair. Now goes against the freshman Sapita, his first, team third. And Caden Smith taking the blame on that one, saying his bad is nonetheless Caden Smith shooting some free throws here. Knocks down the first point of the game for Caden Smith. 24-13, 6:06 remaining. We see Burke and Petty back in, Sapita and DeMoss back to the bench. Serra Catholic spread out scoring. 4 for Petty, 4 for Ward, 5 for DeMoss, and 6 for Dombrowski. A couple other guys on the books. As there's Warren, he has 3 of his own. Warren up top, Petty. Petty's had great vision, shows it off again, but Burke can't finish the first time and won't get another opportunity. As back the other way, there's Dean. Dean pulls up for 3, no good. Another rebound by Petty. Isaiah Petty turns it over right to Hines. Deshaun Hines with the left off the window and in. 8 points now for Deshaun Hines. As catch and release, Burke knocks down the triple. As that's where Serra Catholics have been able to extend their lead. First bucket of the game for Pete Burke. 27-15 Eagle advantage. Inside deflected, Dean kicks it, Wooding for 3, got it! Terrace Wooding, a much needed Clairton triple. First bucket of the game for the 5'10 freshman Terrace Wooding. 5:05 remaining second quarter. There's Petty up top, driving, foul line, kicks it down low. Warren outside Ward. In the right wing, Elijah Ward back up top. Dombrowski, now it's Petty's turn. Way off the mark with the 3 ball as now it's taken by Dean. Down the lane, Dean kick out, Wooding again, ironing out. Rebound by Ward. Ward flips it ahead to Warren, but fouled in the process was Elijah Ward. There's a foul against the Bears. That'll be Clairton's team third. 27-18 lead. 4:37 remaining in quarter number 2. There's Owen Dombrowski up top. Isaiah Petty back to Ward. Elijah Ward up to Petty. Now it's Dombrowski around the horn. Burke for three. Got it! Pete Burke's second triple. He's up to 6. Everybody getting into the act for the Eagles. As Dante Wright now goes to Wooding. Wooding driving in. Wooding down the lane. And Terrace Wooding fouled by DeMoss. That's going to be Joey's second foul. Team 4th. As Terrace Wooding will head to the line. 4th trip to the line for the Clairton Bears. They have not had a lot of luck so far today. Just 3 for 6. Shooting at a 50% cap so far here this evening. Iron and out for Wooding. He's stuck at 3 for the moment. (30-18). Serra Catholic has knocked down 6 threes already here in the opening half as an empty trip by Wooding. Rebound by Burke. Pete Burke off to Isaiah Petty. Petty guarded by Devin Dean on the near side. Now it's Owen Dombrowski. Dombrowski back to Isaiah Petty. Petty swings it up top. Elijah Ward. Ward inside. And it makes its way inadvertently to Petty, who kicks it out to Burke. Driving, left block, left hand, no good. As here comes right down low. Hines up off the glass again. Double digit for Hines, scoring 50% of the Clairton points here in the opening quarter. Petty to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss. Now it's taken by Elijah Ward. Ward finding Burke cutting in, and Pete Burke once again. 8 points off the bench for Burke. Now it's Devin Dean. Dean, kick out to right, inside Hines. One more, maybe one too many. Deflected out by Dombrowski. Hines was trying to feed Caden Smith. Smith just 1 point so far here in the opening half. 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Devin Dean. Outside, there's Wright. Wheeling right. Dante Wright. Now puts it into Dean inside. Hines puts a dribble on the floor and turns it over. That's to Burke. Burke near side. Elijah Ward under 3 to go here in the quarter. Petty up top. Guarded tightly by Wooding. Screen by DeMoss. Petty drives in. Lost the handle but got it to Burke for 3. And Burke can't finish this time by. Off the side of the rim, and now it's Devin Dean in transition to Smith. Smith up, and he's fouled. Another trip to the line for the Bears. 3 for 8 so far tonight. Caden Smith is 1 for 2. Just 1 point so far tonight for Caden Smith. Coach Hatton said coming into this season, expected a complete turnaround, and that is really what he has got as Caden Smith knocks that one down for his second point. Said his kids are really buying into the process of what it takes to be a student athlete, and it's shown this season. 5 times the wins are already that they had last year and just 2 games into section play. Just 1 win last season for Clairton, already up to 5 as Caden Smith makes them count, hits both. And Clairton back within 10. 2:24 remaining. See if the Bears can go on a bit of a late push as Underwood into the game. Almost coughs it up. Underwood, now it's Ward. Ward swings it top of the key to Isaiah Petty. Petty guarded by Ruffin. Very active defensively is the freshman Ruffin. As Dombrowski tries his luck again. And Owen Dombrowski, third 3 of the game. 9 points for Owen Dombrowski. Now Ruffin tries to answer, in and out. Rebound grab down by Underwood. Off to Ward from Makai Underwood. As Dombrowski gets it inside to Petty, Isaiah to DeMoss, and another assist for Isaiah Petty. This time DeMoss the beneficiary. Great vision by Isaiah Petty once more. Inside, taking Ruffin down low. Quick find. Hines up and 1. 12 now for Hines off the bench. .125 remaining in the half, 37-24. Serra Catholic leading the Bears. Deshaun Hines, old school three-point play for naught. Has a rebound off the miss by Underwood. Now it's Petty. Petty bounce past Dombrowski. Dombrowski wants three again. Back iron and out. Here comes Ruffin down the lane. Kicks it. Dean driving. Window off it and in. Devin Dean adds two more. Give him 6. And Clairton creeping closer. 37-26. They need some stops now. As there's Petty up top, guarded by Hines. See if Petty tries to penetrate. He will. Jump stop. Kick out to Underwood. Underwood to DeMoss. Now it's taken by make that Petty. Petty drives, top of the key. Underwood. Underwood to Dombrowski. Dombrowski off to DeMoss. Now it's Ward. Coach Hatton in the Bears bench loving the defensive pressure right now. Has no room for the Eagles. Underwood underneath. Up and no good. DeMoss almost able to elevate it in. Now DeMoss kicks it out. 15-footer floater by Petty. Gets the roll. A phenomenal defensive sequence by the Bears, and Serra still ends up with two more. As there's Dean driving in down the lane to Hines. And Deshaun Hines continues to wreak havoc for the Serra defense. As at the buzzer, that one no good. The Eagles outscore the Bears by 2. And at the break, 39-28, Serra Catholic on top of Clairton, as the Bears just have not had the answer for the Serra Catholic 3 so far here in this one. We'll take a break, come back, Planet Roof halftime interview with Clairton's Devin Dean right here on your home for Mon Valley MVI Live. Cyber Athletics is a community created by athletes for athletes. A team of collegiate and NBA legends that have experienced all aspects of how the ball bounces both on and off the court. Ultimately, Cyber Athletics is defending the health, wellness, and success of a human beyond the title of athlete. Because an athlete can never truly perform unless health and wellness is placed at a premium priority. For more information, visit cyberathletics.com. The City of McKeesport and McKeesport Rising Project, making investments today in our neighborhoods and infrastructure for the future of our community. We are working together for a better McKeesport. 5 Star Plumbing is locally owned and operated and can help you with all your sewer and drain cleaning needs. With over 25 years of experience in 24-hour emergency service, we do what others can't. That's right, save you money. For more information on how 5 Star Plumbing can help you, visit our website at 5starplumbingforyou.com. Planet Roof, Pittsburgh's top roofing company, goes above and beyond to give customers the best experience possible. At Planet Roof, we pay close attention to the quality of our work in your home. Our roofers are committed professionals with years of experience who will go above and beyond for all of our clients' needs. Because at Planet Roof, we love what we do. For more information, contact us today at 724-243-3297 or visit our website, planetroof.com. Back here at the half on MVI Live and the Trib Live High School Sports Network Planet Roof halftime interview here on MVI Live with the Clairton Bears. Devin Dean. Devin, first off, appreciate you coming over. Not that you guys have much of a choice today, I've told everybody, but I appreciate you doing this. Obviously, you know, second year with a new head coach for you guys, yes. And it's a season for you that you're actually going to be able to start it.
Yeah.
So how was this whole process for you coming off that injury, getting back into the thick of things? Obviously, we got to see you this summer, but coming back from your injury to be where you're at this point.
Well, I feel like it's a new thing for everybody because of the new coach and everything. So I feel like me coming off the injury is going to be a big change for the basketball thing in Clairton. I want to change that. So we're usually a football school. I want to change it, make us more of a basketball school too, change the culture around here. So I feel like I'm going to be a big change in that.
So obviously we got to see you this summer, and you were absolutely outstanding in the games that, you were able to have a field a team.
Yeah.
Sometimes that was always an issue, but, how much did your play in the MVI SBL help prepare you for this upcoming season? Because we got to see you play against some really good talent and do an outstanding job.
Actually, a lot. It actually helped me get a lot of confidence back, because coming off an ACL injury could be hard for someone to get back into the flow of things, especially basketball. So it definitely helped me a lot. Plus, it helped me playing a lot of new competition, other players around the whole Mon Valley. So I think it helped a lot.
So for you guys, obviously, it was a tough year. I mean, multiple players injured on your team from last season to start the year, so a lot of inexperienced players. How do you guys look to kind of flip the script this upcoming season and become a team, as you said, change the culture to make Clairton more than just a football school?
We should do a lot of more, like we should change a lot, because last year was a terrible year for us, especially since we didn't have all of our players. We have returning players like me. We have another one, Michael Wright. He should be a huge part, and we have a lot of freshmen. We should be a young team this year, but we should definitely change and make an impact in our section.
Yeah, and so you coming into this season, do you have any personal goals you hope to accomplish throughout the course of this year for Clairton?
Yes, me. I would like to make all first section team or all first team, and then also I would like to lead my team in scoring this year. And I know I can't hit 1,000 points since I didn't play my junior year, but I would like to get a lot of points this year and really just help my team overall.
So with this being, your last year, what's the plan once this season and your senior year comes to an end?
What's the point?
The goal? What's your plan? What do you hope to do in the future once, your time at Clairton's done?
I want to go to college. I want to be a physician assistant, study biology, pre-medical. I don't know what college I'm going to attend to, but I did get accepted to a lot of colleges. So hopefully I want to go and be physician assistant. I don't know where, though, but I might want to start my own clinic or whatever. And, yeah, I just want to stay next to sports around there. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Seemed like you got your plan set up, which is absolutely great to see. But, we talked about the future, but a little bit about the past. How did you get your start in basketball? What brought you to the sport, and what got you started?
Actually, my father, he's a really big basketball player. So just watching him being when I was small or a kid or whatever, he helped me a lot. Just find the love for basketball. I didn't always like it, but I definitely love it now. It's a huge part of my life.
So with this season, with this group of individuals, you guys know each other pretty well. You talked about some of the big key pieces for you guys, but as a group or as an individual, do you guys have any pregame things that you have to do before every game to get you ready for action?
Me personally, I just listen to music. I be in my own world until I'm locked in. But I think we should change something. I don't know what it is yet, but we will have something for this year.
So, speaking about music, the last song you hear before you take the court to start a game, national anthem. And I end every interview this way, so this is just – I started this question because I wanted to take a poll, because I had a legitimate curiosity about if I was the only person who thought this. Okay. But last thing you hear, for me personally, it always – got me calmed down, got me ready to go. So is the national anthem a pump-up song? And, what goes through your head when you hear it?
I feel like once the last 10 seconds is a pump-up song, but I feel like the beginning is a slow start. But once you realize that the time is now, it's all about to come in, I feel like it's a pump-up song. I feel like it gets you ready to go. It gets you ready to go.
All right, Devin, I really appreciate you taking time to do this. Good luck the rest of the year. Can't wait to see what you do throughout the course of the season.
Thank you for having me.
When we come back, we'll have half number 2. This has been your Planet Roof halftime interview here on MVI Live in the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Founded in 1956, 84 Lumber Company is the nation's largest privately held supplier of building materials manufactured components, and industry-leading services for single and multi-family residents and commercial buildings. 84 Lumber operates more than 250 stores, component manufacturing plants, custom door shops, custom millwork shops, and engineered wood product centers in over 30 states. For more information, visit 84lumber.com or join the company on your favorite social media platform. Basic Carbide is proud to support youth sports in the Mon Valley and proud to be a part of the community. Basic Carbide, located at Low Bar in the Mon Valley. For more information, visit basiccarbide.com. B Graphics is the Mon Valley's leading source for all your screen printing, embroidery, and printing needs. Offering creative apparel, banners, fundraisers, online stores, promotional products, and more. To find out the best option for your needs, head to bgraphics.com or visit a store in either Frederickstown or Belle Vernon. B Graphics, hassle-free, quality-driven, and always on time. The best savings of the year at Bowser Automotive. The Power of Bowser family of dealerships features Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Hyundai, Subaru, Nissan, and Genesis. At the Power of Bowser, you'll get the best price, the best selection of vehicles, and the best car buying experience you've ever had. Shop online at powerofbowser.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether at home, on your computer, or on the go with your cell phone. The best deals are just one click away. Visit powerofbowser.com today and experience the difference. Are you interested in attending a Penn State University branch campus close to home? Dive into your future at Penn State Greater Allegheny or Penn State Fayette. Be a part of something big. Be a part of Penn State. Back here, half number 2 upon us. Again, a big thank you to Devin Dean. Planet Roof halftime interview here on MVI Live. 14 for Hines off the bench, 6 for Dean. On the other side, spread out with 9 for Dombrowski, 8 for Burks, 6 for Petty, 7 for DeMoss, and 4 for Elijah Ward as Clairton has the ball to start trying to work their way back into things. There's Wooding knocking down the early triple. As that's been the big difference in this game thus far, the Serra Catholic threes. 39-31, it was a big hit by the freshman to start there. And now a steal, it's Dean in transition, up off the window and in. And it's a 5-0 Bear run to start and a timeout called by Serra Catholic. Dean gets to 8. Lead at 39-33, 7:34 remaining. As a quick start to the quarter for the Bears. The triple by the freshman and the steal and score by the senior Dean. Now Serra Catholic will look to regroup right back to what they were doing at half number 1. Again, spread out scoring. It's been a combination of everybody. Threes were 7-1 in favor of Serra Catholic in half number 1. Dombrowski had 3 of those. Burke had 2. As Elijah Ward, there's DeMoss from the corner, overshoots. Rebound long, and Owen Dombrowski up and in with the right. Double digits for Dombrowski, the sophomore. As now a steal, Dombrowski to Petty, too far. But Isaiah works it to the corner for 3. In and out rebound, grab down, wrestling it free was Dean from his own teammate and Dombrowski. As Devin Dean fakes the 3 up top, Caden Smith gets to the cylinder, off the iron, no good. Hines the putback for 2. Hines continues the Tarrant pace, didn't start but has 16 off the bench. 6 points, Serra Catholic leads, 6:42 remaining here in the third. Elijah Ward, now it's Dombrowski, flips it up, turnover again, Hines, and Hines is fouled by Petty. Isaiah's first team first of the half. Low foul totals really in both the opening 2 quarters of play between these two teams. 2 for Joey DeMoss, 2 for Rosser off the bench. As there's Ruffin finding his man far side, Terrace Wooding. Now Ruffin from the corner knocks home the three. And the Bears storming back. They're within 3. Mike Ruffin, the freshman, up to 5. Night and day start for the Bears from half 2 to half 1. As there's Owen Dombrowski now taken over by Isaiah Petty. All the momentum stands with Clairton. As the Clairton Bears working back, and Terrace Wooding gets the personal. As very active at the point of the attack have been the Clairton Bears here so far in this contest. Burke in, Sapita to the bench. There goes Isaiah Petty. Petty into the front court. Petty driving down. Petty puts it up and puts it in. 2 more for Isaiah Petty. 8 points for Isaiah. Now Ruffin almost lost it. Wood into the corner as Smith pulls the trigger and banks it in. Caden Smith from outside. Unconventional, but it's a 2-point game with 5:32 remaining. Now it's Dombrowski up top around the horn, taken there by Petty, driving, kick out Ward. Elijah Ward back ironing out. Here comes Ruffin for the tie. Ruffin off the window, and Clairton all the way back. And another Eagle timeout as the freshman Mike Ruffin up to 7. (15-4) run in the first 3 minutes for the Clairton Bears. And we're tied at 43. And it hasn't been one player. 3 by Smith, 2 by Dean, 2 by Hines, 5 by Ruffin, and 3 by Wooding. And Clairton has worked all the way back even at 43-43. Just 4 points for the Eagles, 2 by Petty and 2 by Dombrowski, but it is all Clairton here in quarter number 3. And a huge game again for everybody involved for Serra Catholic. You're 0-2 in the section with a loss to Jeanette and GCC by 2. And Clairton, you're looking to keep your reign as top dogs of the section, as the Clairton Bears have been something special this season compared to last. Well, whatever Coach Hatton is selling, this team is buying, as they have bought in completely to his process, and it has shown this year and shown in this game thus far the tenacity to come back, being down big early on as Petty finds Ward. Ward back outside. DeMoss fakes the 3, foul line right, block. DeMoss not fouled, and Hines takes it away. Back the other way. Corso not happy as a foul at the other end, as Dean will shoot 2, looking for the lead. Another foul on Isaiah Petty. Sends Devin Dean to the line. Dean on the evening, 2 for 2. Devin Dean off the mark for the first time today. Dean, of course, you got to hear him at the half, one of the most well-spoken individuals you're going to meet at the high school level. As Dean looking to give the Bears the lead for the first time today. He will not, an empty trip. Clairton still has not led in this game, as there goes Petty and Isaiah Petty. He's fouled by Terrace Wooding, and I believe that's on the floor, so Petty will not be shooting, as Dante Wright will replace Wooding after picking up the foul. As catch and release triple, no good for Petty. Ice cold are the Eagles offensively. Dean inside and a travel. Some frustration there for the Bears. Looked like they were getting that first lead of the night, but it will have to wait if it does come at all. See if Serra Catholic can get this offense going. It feels like the Bears completely on the verge of breaking this thing open in their favor, as another turnover for the Eagles. Serra Catholic has already burned 2 timeouts in the first 3:26 of the quarter, 4:34 remaining. 15-4 your third quarter scoring in favor of Clairton to knot this one up at 43-43. Right to the corner. There's Ruffin for the lead. No good. Rebound Ward. Now 3 strong come the Eagles. Inside, Petty lost it outside. Taken by Hines. Now it's Smith. Smith off the window and in. And Clairton leads for the first time today. 4:06 remaining in the third. First Bears lead. Dombrowski, now it's DeMoss to Petty, and Petty answers right back. 45 all, Isaiah Petty to 10. 3:43 remaining, see if the Bears can take that lead right back. Much needed bucket to end the drought for Serra Catholic. Right to Hines, and Deshaun Hines makes it look easy. 18 for the 6'2 sophomore. As there's Elijah Ward. Ward stops up, lost his dribble, kicks it to Dombrowski, rattles home another. Owen Dombrowski's 4th 3 of the game, 14 for the sophomore. And it's a 1-point Eagle lead once again, 3:12 remaining. Now Wright driving, steps first, traveling violation. It has been an outstanding contest so far here this evening. Serra Catholic up 19-10 after 1, 39-28 at the break. Got tied at 43 all here in the third, now 48-47 in favor of the Eagles. As Hines the interception with 3 on the clock. Rosser into the front court over the Eagles stripe. Top of the key, handoff to Caden Smith. Smith driving right, block, Smith again. That was someone we said needed to get it going after 3 points in the first half. Well, Caden Smith, 7 points this quarter. As Warren to DeMoss, the Bears won it over and back, and eventually a foul on Dante Wright. Now goes against Wright, and again, I think a fair gripe had by the Bears bench on the backcourt violation not being called. Hines, who has been an absolute issue, will take a break for Terrace Wooding, the freshman. Serra down by 1, 2:36 remaining. No Capone Jones tonight for the Bears. And Serra Catholic, Clairton, they have not missed a beat here in this second half after a slow start this evening. Up top, Elijah Ward. Ward, there's Christian Moore, and back to Elijah Ward. Now it's taken over by Isaiah Petty. As Petty to Dombrowski, he's been hot from outside. This time it won't fall. Rebound grab by Dante Wright. Right into the front court. Wright stops up. Now it's Dean the senior. Dean, there goes Rosser, intercepted. Elijah Ward quick up to Underwood, and Underwood foul trying to split a pair. As the guilty party is Dante Wright. Second foul of the quarter on Wright. DeMoss back in, Underwood out. 1 point Bears lead, 1:58 remaining in the third. As they'll get Hines back in, Caden Smith will get a blow. Underwood the trigger. Underwood surveys, running out of time, just flips it up top to Petty. Far side taken by Elijah Ward. Ward now DeMoss to Underwood, back to Joey for 3. Off the side of the rim, will not go for DeMoss. Here comes Dean, Devin Dean in the front court. Dean drives in, right hand up, no good. As Dean knocked down, loose ball, Ward. Now it's to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss driving, DeMoss, window no good, another rebound by Hines. As Clairton dominating the window right now. There's Dean for 3. Yes, sir, Devin Dean extends the lead to 4. 11 for Dean, now the steal, right turns it back over. Petty, DeMoss all alone, and Joey DeMoss makes it a 2-point game. Nine for DeMoss. Inside right from 13, front iron and out. DeMoss to Petty. Isaiah Petty in the front court. Petty right side, driving, fouled. On his way to the window with 49.3 seconds remaining. Smith and Ruffing back in, along with Burke and Dombrowski. Underwood, Warren, Wright, and Rosser all to the bench for their respective teams. 52-50 Clairton leading. They were down again, 39-28 at the break. Joey DeMoss to send order in motion on the far side. Now it's Isaiah Petty off the inbound. Petty, top of the key, foul line, drives for the tie, got it! Around the cylinder and in, Isaiah Petty with the equalizer. 12 for Petty. Now in the corner, Smith again, in and out. Under 30 to play, see if the Eagles hold for one. Does not look like they will. Kick it out to Burke. Burke was good from outside in the first, and he's still good in the second. 11 for Burke. 3-point Serra lead. 12 seconds remaining. Even if the Bears go down by a couple into the fourth, a stellar quarter for Clairton as driving in. Wooding beats the buzzer as Petty way short, and it's a 1-point Eagle lead. After 3, 55-54. Absolutely stellar performance that quarter for the Clairton Bears. We'll take a quick break, come back with the conclusion of this one right here for you on MVI Live.
The best coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent, what happens here matters here.
Back here, quarter number 4 is upon us. It was a 10-point scoring advantage in favor of the Bears, 26-16. As Devin Dean, Caden Smith, Deshaun Hines, Mike Ruffin, and Terrace Wooding combined to give Clairton their first lead of the game in the quarter. Serra Catholic was able to work their way back, and a 6-point quarter for Petty, a big triple by Dombrowski at 5 in the quarter, and a huge one by Burke towards the end of that one. And again, thinking at the half, even though the scoreboard read 39-28 Serra Catholic, this one was far from over, and that has proved to be the case here in this one, as we have had an outstanding contest on our hands here from Serra Catholic this evening. Dean, Ruffing, Hines, Wooding, and Caden Smith. Now for the Bears, while it's Dombrowski, Petty, DeMoss, Burke, and Elijah Ward. Again, the first game back for Burke, dealing with an illness over the holiday break. Missed the Christmas tournament at South Allegheny. Isaiah Petty up top. Petty right wing. Petty drives right block window. No. Rebound by Wooding. Now it's Ruffin a little out of control. Settles down. Transition 3. No good. Hines the rebound at first, but it's taken away by Elijah Ward. Now Burke driving. Burke past the contact. Now DeMoss and one. Joey DeMoss into double digits with 11. Fourth Eagle to reach that feat. Joey DeMoss, first baseman and relief pitcher for the Eagles baseball team. 36 ribbies and a .438 average for Coach Brian Zarenda. Knocks that one down. Also scored the game-winning run in the Eagles semifinal game in extra innings on a Max Rocco walk-off last year. As there's Dean in the corner for 3. Side iron and out. Now Dombrowski Changing direction, Dombrowski to the window and can't finish it, but he'll shoot 2. Goes against Wooding. Third foul on Wooding. Only the third trip to the charity stripe as a team for Serra Catholic, as Owen Dombrowski continues the trend with another make from the line. 2 for 2 by Petty, 1 for 1 by DeMoss, and now Dombrowski looking to knock down the back end. Serra Catholic stays perfect from the charity stripe. They get to 60. And you talk on the other end, 8 misses from the line if you're the Bears. So if this comes down to a 1 or 2 possession game, you really go back to free throws being the difference as no good. Rebound by Hines and 1. You ought to be a little careful if you're Deshaun Hines, though, went right at Pete Burke after that make said something. Burke was the guilty party. And, you know, the only reason I make that comment is Hines gets to 20, but you know, that's something the PIAA and the WPIL has wanted to crack down on. And technically, most officials say they won't call it. But if a kid yells and 1 after a make like that, that's supposed to be a foul nowadays. And, you know, I saw against Serra Catholic, Seton LaSalle dropped a 3 as a steal and a foul on Hines as Burke was looking to put it up. But I saw the kid knock down to the floor like he made a 3. You know, just a classic motion, nothing really egregious, and he got teed up. So, again, that's something that, you know, just the reason I made that comment there, because it is something, you know, some officials actually are going by the book and trying to crack down. Can Pete Burke keep the trend alive? No, first miss from the line today for Serra Catholic. As Pete Burke knocks home the back end, give Pete 12. 61-56, Serra Catholic leading. Second straight game, the 60-point plateau has been cracked by the Eagles. As Dean almost has it taken away, but tie-up forced. As Dean, great job staying with that and not losing possession. As the arrow favors the Bears, down 61-56, 6:39 remaining. Inbound, and Owen Dombrowski turns the arrow back as it's Serra Catholic basketball off the goal possession. Another big game going on just down the road from here. We'll see if we can get an update on that one, a rematch of last year's semifinal. We have a great one here as working in, that's right, no good. Rebound, Smith, the putback, he's fouled. And looking at Coach Hatton's reaction there, I think he's thinking the same thing as me. Got to find a way to finish that after Caden Smith fight through the contact, but an opportunity for 2 from the line for Caden Smith. As Caden Smith see if he can knock home a couple. First one up and in, 11 points for Caden Smith. As Warren replaces Burke. Smith, 2 for 2, give him 12. As Clairton makes it 61-58, 3-point game. There's Warren. Now it's taken by Dombrowski. Back to Warren. South Allegheny up 37-32 over Avonworth. Again, that's just down the road from here in a rematch of a semifinal game is Owen Dombrowski once again. 19 for Dombrowski. He had 20 in the Eagles' last game, and Dombrowski gets to 21. And Serra back up by 8. Timeout Bears. As Owen Dombrowski, the triple, then off the steal, the assist right to Dombrowski. 21 for Dombrowski, 12 for Petty, 12 for DeMoss, and 12 for Burke. 4 scorers in double digits for Serra Catholic. As on the other side of things, Smith 12, Dean 11, 20 for Hines, 7 for Ruffin, and 8 for Wooding. But after a 26-16 quarter for the Clairton Bears, they sit at just 4 points with 5:37 remaining in the fourth, down by 8. Still plenty of time for the Bears to go back to work and see what they can do out of this timeout. Deshaun Hines has been absolutely crucial to this Clairton comeback. You know, we've seen everything he's done underneath. They really haven't been able to contain Deshaun Hines in this massive section matchup. Again, you expect by the end of the year these are two teams competing for a section title. And, you know, Serra Catholic, it's going to be tough now losing 2 games. One to Jeanette in a back-breaking thriller to GCC. But, you know, a win here keeps them alive for Clairton. You know, you keep winning, you keep controlling your own fate. And, you know, this game, I think, shows you just as much Clairton will be right around with GCC no matter what, as that was such a competitive game with Serra Catholic. And everyone kind of, I think, expected GCC to win this section this year coming into it. But, you know, this turnaround by the Bears has really sparked a big change. As up top right now, it's taken by Dean. Corner, Ruffin, he needs it, he can't finish. Rebound poked out, last touch by Hines. It was 61-58, now 66-58 in favor of Serra. 5:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. And some more time going to be given to the Bears here because the clock hasn't ran for about 20 seconds. As Joey DeMoss technically scores in ghost time. As, again, the clock did not start till after DeMoss knocked that one down. Ten-point lead here for Serra Catholic. Clairton been outscored by 9 this quarter. Still 5:13 to work. See what the Bears can do. It wasn't threes they got Clairton back into that, and you got to feel like they can't turn into that team now. As an errant rebound, it was active hand, steals and scores as a turnover almost by Petty inside. DeMoss spinning. Joey DeMoss gets it to fall. And a timeout for injury. Not what you want to see as Isaiah Petty hobbling off the court after tripping up on the far side, going for that loose ball. Is looking back, actually Petty collided with one of the Bears going into the stands in front of the Eagle cheerleaders. So hopefully nothing too serious there for Isaiah Petty. That's absolutely not what you want to see for the junior standout Petty. 4:52 remaining. 70-58 in favor of the Eagles. It's Clairton needing to come back once again. They had a big third. Can they make their way in a big second half of the fourth? Here's Ruffin, the freshman. Mike Ruffin up top to Devin Dean. Dean back to Ruffin. Ruffin have some space, and up top goes Wooding into Dean, right elbow, underneath, finds Smith off the window and in. Great find by Devin Dean to Smith, gives Smith 14. And see if this Clairton defense can suffocate the Eagles once more. They found a way to get a lot of stops and scores in that third. There's DeMoss driving, Joey kick out to Burke. Left elbow, pull up and knocked down by Pete Burke. The junior has 14 off the bench. And that's a great sign. Isaiah Petty back to checking in for Serra Catholic as almost an Eagle forced turnover. Dean up top, Ruffin around the horn. Wooding for 3, way short. And Joey DeMoss fends it out, but last touch by the Eagles. No. I think a break there for Serra Catholic. Looked like it was last touched by the Eagles, but again, great to see Isaiah Petty back into the game for Serra Catholic, 72-60. Just 6 points this quarter for the Bears. 3:38 remaining. Joey DeMoss working in the corner. Finds Burke. Up top, Dombrowski wants it again. Back iron, no. Rebound, Dean. This is where Clairton was good. Driving in and offensive foul. Owen Dombrowski. And you can see the frustration on Dean. You know, Petty is back out there, but see if that's someone Clairton wants to pressure. I think Coach Corso got to get Petty back out of this game, noticeably in pain. And if you can read his lips, it would not be allowed to be said on this broadcast. He is in a lot of pain, but trying to play through it. As Petty can't finish, he's not going to. As there's Hines at the other end. He told the official he's good, I think, as he just asked, but again, noticeably with a limp is Isaiah Petty. He's been the primary ball handler. And now I think Coach Corso going to call a timeout, or they're going to get Petty out no matter what. I don't know if that's an official timeout or a Eagle timeout, but I think it's the right call to make Petty noticeably in pain. And, you know, as soon as he kind of got back into the game, you could see it. It just, that ankle or leg is not right on Isaiah Petty, and, you know, you wish the best for him. And again, this is a big opportunity for Clairton now with Petty on the bench. That's the primary ball handler, down by 10, still 2:42 to work. A couple quick steals and scores. You're right back within 4, but Pete Burke says not so fast. 16 for the junior Burke. There's Wooding. Wooding driving, Wooding ironing out. Joey DeMoss the rebound. Joey to Dombrowski, off his leg, off of roughing it out. As off the back of Elijah Ward. And back the other way, Clairton gets a break. It's Dean driving. Dean up under, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound by Ward. You know, that turnover, almost one of those classic cases of ball don't lie, going right back off an errant play to the Bears, but they could not take advantage. And now the clock is very much not the friend of the Bears. 2 minutes on the clock. It's a 12-point Eagle lead. As there's Dombrowski outside. Clairton needs to find a way to get a stop here, as the Eagles in no hurry, and a timeout called by Serra Catholic. .144 remaining in the fourth quarter, 74-62. And both these teams trying to find their way to the top of the 2A Section 3 standings. Clairton's trying to maintain the top spot. As Serra Catholic, they are winless inside of section play. This would be a big first win for the Eagles, and they've played in what will most likely be the other top 3 teams inside the section, Clairton, GCC, and Jeanette, when all things are said and done. And Clairton, it's been a Jekyll and Hyde type performance here this evening. A poor start, kind of a good start to the second as Burke hauls that one in. Great start to the second half, dominating third quarter, and back to the struggles here in the third as Wooding can't finish, but Dante Wright follows up, misses, and Devin Dean and one. Back to a 10-point game. Devin Dean, a huge bucket there. As Burke out, Christian Warren back in. See if back to single digits this game can go with Devin Dean. Devin Dean, right hand up, no good. Rebound, Joey DeMoss. DeMoss to Warren, slows up the pace, unselfishly smart play by Warren. Now Dombrowski. Owen Dombrowski takes it over to DeMoss. Joey DeMoss. DeMoss back to Underwood. Underwood to Dombrowski. As Dombrowski driving, Dombrowski can't finish. Clairton has to hurry. Here comes Wright down the lane. Kick out, catch and release. Dean back ironing out. Ruffin. Now it's taken by Wooding, stripped away. It's Dombrowski, the steal. Dombrowski slows it up wisely, and he turns it over. Now it's Dean running it down. Dean to the corner. Devin Dean for three. Ironing out, nobody underneath the rebound. And Dombrowski fouled by Wright. That would have been a huge hit by Devin Dean if he was able to knock it down after the errant pass. As Owen Dombrowski will shoot double bonus. 21 points for Dombrowski, 2 for 2 from the line. First miss for Dombrowski from the charity stripe. 10-point Serra Catholic lead. 74-64 as Wooding out, Hines back in. Miss would be big if Serra Catholic has one here. But Owen Dombrowski stays true, 22 for Dombrowski. As here comes Ruffin. Ruffin kick out Dean. Dean to Ruffin inside. Smith off the window and in. Caden Smith to 16. And a foul on the inbound on the far side on Mike Ruffin. 24.8 ticks of the clock remaining. 75-66 Eagles lead. As Owen Dombrowski a chance to knock it down again. 3 for 4 from the line. And another make. Owen Dombrowski 23. As Dombrowski has led the charge once again. The sophomore has been a standout tonight, and Dombrowski give him 24. Some icing on the cake for Owen Dombrowski. Ruffin, now Hines, kick out Dean for three. Ironing out and rebounding, just not kind of what Clairton wanted to do after that miss. As Christian Warren shows some gamesmanship, will just dribble it out on the near side. It was a thriller. It was a fun one here from Serra Catholic, but the Eagles hand the Bears their first section loss of the season and pick up their first section win in the process. 77-66 your final. As an absolute thriller from Serra Catholic here this evening. Caden Smith, 16, 22 for Hines, 13 for Dean, 8 for Wooding, and 7 for Ruffin in the loss. As for the Bears, who now move to 4-6, 1-2 in section play. 24 for Owen Dombrowski, 16 for DeMoss and Birkin, 12 for Isaiah Petty. Again, we wish the best to Isaiah Petty with that injury. Hopefully nothing too serious. And now if you're Clairton, back to the drawing board, back to regrouping as they'll be back in action with a section game versus Leechburg at home, then a game versus Jeanette at Jeanette on the 10th. A couple of big games. If Clairton can win those, they're right back in command because, you know, here's the thing. You got to look at it. If you're going to lose to a team, this is the team you probably wanted to lose to. Not that you ever want to lose a game. Absolutely, if you're the Bears, you want to win every single game, and absolutely understandable, and definitely a game Clairton could have won here this evening. But if you were to lose a game and you look at the grand scheme of things, would you rather it have been GCC or Serra Catholic? Well, you look at the standings, you say Serra Catholic. Serra Catholic was 0-2, GCC's 1-1. And when you look at this section, you know Leechburg's the only team without a loss now. And you know Leechburg's not going to go undefeated. If they do, I mean, I'll be utterly shocked. I'd be somewhat surprised if Leechburg even makes the playoffs out of the section. Again, I think it's going to be Clairton, Serra Catholic, Jeanette, and GCC will be the four out of it. So, obviously, Leechburg, the only team without a loss entering, at least as we know at this standpoint. So, when you look at that, everyone's going to at least have one loss now. And everyone most likely is going to have at least 2 losses besides maybe Clairton or GCC. Well, if you sweep GCC, who already has a loss, you're in a great spot if you're Clairton. So even though the Bears do drop their first section game of the season, they're still in the driver's seat when it comes to controlling this section. And I know it's regroup and, kind of go from there. And if you're Serra Catholic, finally, you're on the right track. This is a big win, and it was huge for the Eagles to do so because you fall behind 3 games to none inside of the start of section play. You're in trouble. Now you have Springdale, Riverview, Leechburg, and that's 3 very winnable games that you look at yourself coming out at 4-2 in the first half before you take on Jeanette again. Then you have GCC again, 2 games you can easily win. And Serra Catholic now, you have a chance to run the table, and if you do so, you're looking at a chance at a section title still with 2 losses. So it was a huge, important win for Serra Catholic, and they got it. And again, you look at it, you lose here, but you have Leechburg, then Jeanette, then Springdale, and Riverview before you take on Serra Catholic again. So when you look in the grand scheme of things, and GCC, excuse me, if you're Clairton, you can find a way to come back into that Serra Catholic game without another loss, you are in great shape. Both these teams still in very good position. It was a much more important win for Serra Catholic here in the early going than it was for Clairton, as they do pick up a much-needed 77-66 win here this evening. But the Bears still in the driver's seat when it comes to section play thus far. As your MVI Live player of the game, second time he's got the honor this season. Owen Dombrowski, a stellar performance by the Serra Catholic sophomore. Until Thursday, we'll have more action for you here on the network. I'm Alex Lyon saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on Thursday right here on MVI Live.